Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Captain Frank Hawks, and today we're going to be doing a review, a first impressions review of the Bright Forest Forge Long Hunter or Long Knife. Um, my wife saw me ogling this knife um, a few weeks ago, and we got our stimulus check. And she was like, "That's a pretty knife you're looking at." And I said, "Yeah, I kind of want that." And she was like, "You haven't gotten anything pretty and sharp in a long while, and you do need a good knife for all your woodland stuff, so go ahead." I went ahead. This is not an inexpensive knife. This is what I would call a high-end knife. This is a $200 knife, and this first impressions video, generally what we're going to talk about is what is aesthetically pleasing, what I like about it, what I might not like about it, and then we're going to get to using it. The reason why the Jeff White Long Hunter knife never got another review is because there was a lot about using that knife with wood that I did not like. This is just a little backup sheath that I bought recently. I've folded it over and tied it down with some leather from one of my practice tomahawks. And this is an Ontario cheapy sheath for those Ontario knives, but it'll do until I can get a proper sheath for this knife. Now, let's talk, shall we? This is a very nice knife. Whenever I purchased this knife, I actually got to talk to the gentleman who makes these, and he's a very nice person. And I made the statement that I hoped that this would be the long knife to pair with my tomahawk. And he said, "I will make sure that it matches your tomahawk, uh, so that it really will be." And this is my tomahawk. This is a H&B Forge medium poled camp axe, or camp hawk, excuse me. And this really does match its coloration and aesthetic, and I'm very pleased with that. Mine's been modified a little bit, and out of the out of the box, there are two things that I can tell you about this knife. One, that it is gorgeous. There are some things I don't like. I don't like some of the flashing still on the blade. That's just me. I'm weird that way. I don't want it to look rustic or anything like that. I want it to be a straightforward blade, because down the road, this pretty stuff that makes this as pretty as it is will kind of get in the way of its use, but that will wear down with time and with sharpening. And you see this gimmick a lot on like knife shows. This is not a dull knife by any measure of the term. There are a lot of knives who can't just do that. Just punch through. Its spear point benefits it that way. And this is a very nice, very straightforward blade. At first I thought to myself, I really wish that had been an inch longer, but really I don't. I could use this as a draw knife just fine as it is right now. It's got a very strong point. It's got a very nice bevel. My only other gripe is I don't like the bevel on it. I would have preferred a triangular bevel, but honestly, for what this is, it's razor sharp. It really is razor sharp. And for right now, as far as this first impressions review is concerned, this knife already gets 2 thumbs up. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Well, that's a relatively smooth feeling looking handle, and it looks really small, but this really does fit into the palm of your hand right the way that it needs to be, especially for doing any sort of woodwork or any sort of firecraft. It's got an incredibly sharp spine and an incredibly sharp working edge and an incredibly strong point and a very comfortable handle that fits in your hand, and this knife is not going anywhere. If I smack the bottom of it, if I wrap my hand around this handle and I smack the bottom of it and the handle does not scooch, this is a very nice knife. Here in a little while we're going to do a video where we're doing notches and points and stuff like that, like you might see out of Dave Canterbury's Bushcraft 101. I'm very much looking forward to using this knife in a variety of purposes, and this is pretty much the end of the first impressions review. This is a very nice knife. I'm very happy that I purchased it. I've been looking for a proper long knife to match my tomahawk for years now. I have spent a lot of money on a lot of bullshit knives that have no place nor use in my tool set. Excuse me. In my toolkit. And this is a tool that I can bet my life on. And this is a tool that eventually I can pass down to my son, and he can bet his life on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just center that up just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, have fun, be safe, take care of each other. This is Captain Frank Hawks, and I'm signing off. But first, what a lovely pair. What a lovely couple, aren't they? Just precious indeed. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Yes.